Hi everyone, this is Sheena from For the Love of Paper, and I'm going to be doing the Alphabet Ephemera series today for the letter H. And I did change it up. That's one of the reasons why. Oh no, I knew that was going to happen. I just had a feeling this was going to not stay for some reason today. Let's see if I can salvage it while we're still recording. All right, let's see if that's going to work. Sorry about that. Well, what a great start. So I did change up H. I was going to do something with handmade papers, but I changed course and I'm going to do hinges. Different styles of ephemera with hinges. So I have a lot of stuff out here and we're just going to make a few things. I did make a few prototypes, but mostly everything is, we're just going to like wing it, I guess. I have the things that I did make just to try it out. If you have 6x6 pieces of paper and you're not sure what to do with them, there's some great pads that come in 6x6s, but then like how do you actually use them in a standard like 9x6 journal, or if you do Reader's Digest, obviously they're smaller than that. So what I did is I used 2 pieces and I hinged them together. So this is essentially 2 6x6s, and I folded this, scored this flap and folded it in and glued it, and then I hinged the other 6x6 and sewed it on. So it will go into a signature. Let's see if I have anything right here. Just like around another piece. So then you would open and have it like that, and on the back it would be like that with a little pocket. So I did one where the flap is glued, but I also did one where the flap is sewn. So again, it's 2 6x6s, folded one side in and sewed that flap, and then sewed the 2 pieces together. So then it makes like a signature page. So that's one way that you can use hinges to like kind of maximize some of your stuff in your stash that you may not have thought about. So that's probably what we're going to do with this, is we're going to hinge that together. Then I have these are like, I'm not sure what exact size they are, 9 by a little less than 4, so they're taller. So they could be like a hinge score line. I think that's at about 1.5 inches, and then that can be hinged over a piece of paper. I don't know why I put that away. So then you could hinge it over the top and then have a flip up as a way to have a hinge as well. And then I just had this because I was going to put that on there, because I have a lot of these sheets too that like what am I going to do with those? So I thought they fit kind of nice on there, and then it just adds a little extra like flip up writing space. So I have that. We'll make one of those or 2 of those. I have like not all your papers have to match. So I have this 6x6, and what I was thinking of doing is hinging those 2 together, so it's 2 different sizes. I think that will just add a little bit of like character to the journal. And then I have these bigger sheets of paper that I don't necessarily want to fold up like this in a journal. You could do that, but I was trying to be creative with a way to maximize its full page. And I have recently found these like booklets on Amazon where it's like a whole booklet full of sticker sheets. So this is like a full sheet of stickers. So I was going to cut that down and kind of like hinge it as if it were a washi tape, but it's thicker because it's a piece of paper that's just adhesive on the back. So those are a few things. And then if we have time, I thought I'd pull in a little fabric and maybe hinge together 2 tags with some fabric and see how that goes. So just a couple different things to do. I think I'll start with what I had made the prototype of, and that's the 6x6s hinged together. That's probably the pretty easiest, most easiest. That's horrible vocabulary. But we'll start with this. So these I don't think are, even though they say they were 6x6s, I want to say this one's a little bit bigger. No, maybe not. Maybe it was one of the other ones that I did. So I am just going to score this at 1 to make my hinge. And then this one, that's where they're a little off right there. It's a little bit longer. And this one I'm going to score at 1.5 because that one's going to be the pocket. So then these two will be connected and hinged together. So what I did, you don't have to do this if you think it would mess up your sewing machine, but I am going to put a little bit of glue just to make it stay and glue this onto the flap. You don't want it right exactly in the crease because you got to remember you're going to be piercing this whenever you create the signature. So then I just sewed this right down that flap. So, and then the design, I was trying to think of the word and the only thing that was coming to me was the direction, but the design also shows up on that flap as well. So it just adds a little bit more. So I have my sewing machine right here. So I'm just going to run a zigzag right down the inside, or actually down this, so the meter side's on the outside of this flap. So it's just going to be a second because I already have it on that setting. But this is a pretty quick process. Why is my foot not moving? A very easy way to use this kind of paper that you may have not thought of, like the advantages of it and the simple hinge. So there, it's just a zigzag sew right down the side, and then that's on the inside. That might bother some people. It does not bother me. And you can, like I said, sew your flaps or glue them. So I do one of each, and this one I'm gonna glue too. So it's just a little bit of art glitter glue right on the flaps. And then that will hold down. There's also something that I chose to do is this is a smoother cardstock and this is like a textured cardstock. So it also adds like variety in using the two different styles. But you can pick any color combination to hinge pieces together like that, and you have a whole signature page then. And I don't know about you, but I buy them, but then whenever I go to make journals, it's like, oh, that's not the right size, so I don't use them. So that's one of the reasons why I switched in what I was going to do today, because I wanted to try and challenge myself to be creative with the letter H and find ways to use things that like we have in our stash. So that's the hinge like signature pages. Then I think we can do these like sticker sheets and hinge these two together. This might be, I think it's 9 inches. Let me just double check. No, they're only 8 inches high. So most journals that would fit into, I'm thinking that it probably won't fit into a Reader's Digest. I think they're a little bit shorter, and to have the grace to not stick out the top or the bottom, you'd probably have to cut some off, but that's okay, because not all my journals are a Reader's Digest. So what I'm gonna do is cut this down and just make like maybe 1-inch strips. I'll make sure you're seeing this. No, I'm gonna go greater than that. 1.5, I think. So there's one, and then one more. And again, I got these, it was a pack of 5 different color themes: red, purple, pink, blue, green. And then in the booklets, there's all these different like adhesive sheets. So I wanted to try this out. So this one's probably going to be pretty quick, just to adhere. You know what, I think I might score that so I have it even. Score these two. So let me pull this little thing back in. I really find this scoreboard handy because I have a very large 12 by 12 like Stampin' Up! One, but for these littler projects, this is just nice to have, to be able to pull out. I'm kind of guessing here what halfway is, because I don't know math and I don't want to think about that. So then these stay on the score line. Maybe if I fold it, I see what it's doing, because it is adhesive. It's not, it's, I need to do it the opposite way. All right, here we are again. I think me and this camera arm are straight enemies. So let's see if I can do this again without it falling over. So where was I? I was flipping over and changing the score the other direction on the sticky paper. So it folds easier. When I had done it the opposite direction, it was, because it is adhesive, it was not, it was kind of curling. So what we're gonna do is take these two pieces and use this hinge and put them together. I feel like I got a mess going on. Move all this stuff out of the way. All right, so we'll take the back off of this. In theory, this should work. I did not make a prototype for this one. But if we put this down, and it can be the center, it doesn't have to be the center, whatever your preference is. But you do want it on there, as even as you can get it. And then take your other one I did this the wrong way. I bet you that's not going to come off now. I need them back to back, like this. So one actually goes on upside down, like this. There we go. And then this one, if we line these up and fold that over, that should then make the hinge. And so you would have blank spaces here. I didn't really put that front one on very well, but that's okay. You would have the reading space. You could stencil on that. It could just be blank, and then you have this. but then that would be a signature in and of itself too. Just maybe the next time I will make that a little bit more even. So let's try this one. This craft paper, because it is craft, it looks nicer, I think, on the inside than just the stark white, but everybody has their own preferences. And you can ink it and, like I said, stencil it or stamp on it. My hands look terrible dirty from crafting. All right, so try and do this a little bit better than that one. And again, this, even if you have book pages that you wanna, like you took out of a signature of an actual book and you just wanna reinforce this, yeah, that one's much better. You can use this sticky paper for that as well. So then I'm just gonna stick some things together. They don't match, but just for sake of you seeing what it looks like, or what it could look like, we have some pages, signature pages, that just add a little bit of character to what you're working on, and using what you already have in a different way. So then we have, I don't remember, oh, this one. We're gonna use the different size sheets. So then this one here, we'll score the 6x6 at, I think, 1 inch. And create its hinge. And then this is again one of those sheets from AliExpress or Amazon or something, and we can create the, I'm trying to think if I want it this way. No, I want it this way, because otherwise I'm going to lose that flower there. So again, we'll just put a little bit of glue on this flap just to get that to stick down. And you can put it all the way at the bottom, but I want it on, like, more centered, or kind of centered. Yeah, like that. And then you could sew this. I don't think I am gonna sew this now that I think about it, because again, I'm gonna lose that flower and I don't want to do that. So I think I probably should then add a little bit more glue. Just to make sure that that's not just a thin layer, like that literally just peeled up. There we go. So again, another signature page, just by adding a hinge and putting those together. All right, then we have these over the top ones. And this one I scored at, just to test it out, 1.5. So that will go over the top. And you could also do, I guess we'll do still a 1.5, and we can do it from the bottom. So it's the same in theory. Just flip your page a different way. So we have a top and a bottom, and I'm going to go ahead and glue I don't think that one was supposed to go on there. The soap one was supposed to go on there because it's kind of like these different things. Well, it's on there now, and I already ripped it off once, so let me grab another one of those seed ones. I just have them right here. Maybe. Yeah. So this is that 1 page or 2? I guess it's 1. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that soap one was supposed to go on that paper. All right, so we can glue this down just to add a little decoration on it. You could also put a pocket if you wanted to. I'm really risking not getting this on my mat. You could also use like different color scrapbook paper and put a pocket on here if you wanted to. So that's the flip up, and then you could have writing space on there, and it would just go along that. And you could paper clip that, or you could sew it if you wanted to, or just glue it down as well, however you think would be best. So then we have a top hinge and the bottom hinge, which would be the same style, just a different direction. And then I want to try and do a tag with a hinge from fabric. I don't really like to sew too much on camera, but just gives you an idea of how you can use this. And I like to have like, I don't know what the right word is, like variety in my journals, like different styles and directions and texture and stuff like that. So here we go. Did not get this corner at all. So then that's the bottom hinge. And then I think my fabric fell on the floor, but these are just some craft style tags from Michael's. That's where I got them. And then I just have like these strips of what are they called? Like jelly rolls, is that right? Big rolls of fabric. And I'm just gonna use a piece of this to create a hinge on here. And I think I'm gonna put a little bit of glue right there just to hold it in place, and put a straight stitch right down it. You do want to leave like a little bit of a gap so they fold. Into each other without like wrinkling up. All right, so I'm just going to straight stitch right down here and here. So one side's done, and I'm just going to take it out and flip it over and do the other side. Just getting the strings out of the way so I don't sew through what I already did. Some people backstitch. I think it just depends on what you're doing. I do and don't. So then that just creates a little hinge from those tags right there. And I could have put another one there if I had thought that through to cover that up, but it's okay. All right, so the first video was 13 minutes that I'm gonna have to splice together. This one's at 13, so maybe we can decorate something that we've done. I just have a few things here from yesterday. It's not really the right thing though. Let's see, maybe this. We can add, I think I have some black grid washi right here. I'm just trying to find it. I should have it. Oh, there it is. Just to add a little something to this. And you can also wait to embellish these based off of what journal you're putting it in. Obviously I glued that down. This is just adding a little like faux as if it's taped on there. And I'm thinking I probably have a butterfly that can go on there to add a little something to it in the same color scheme maybe. I think I like that one. It does feel a little too big. See if I have anything smaller than that. I just have one of these little tackle boxes that I use. While I'm in here, I'm gonna pull out this bee for that one, because I think that one will go well. Let's see this one. It's a little bit smaller. Oh, I think I want it back down here. Yeah, that will work. Okay. So some of these things can be pretty easy. Not a lot to them. Hope y'all are okay that I switched what I was doing, because I just was not feeling the handmade paper. So therefore I was putting off the video and needed to get this done. So there, that's just a little bit of decoration to that. We can do the same thing for this bee one, or similar anyway. I prefer more tatty pieces of washi tape than I think I'm gonna lose it there. I think I'm gonna put it right there where I had it first. Kind of over the words, and because this is like a vellum, it's gonna see through it. And this also really kind of just presses it right in. There. So then there's that one. And you can put this in a book or under something heavy, because I use glue stick and it will flatten out. I think I'm gonna let the journal pages as they are. But I have the tag here. So I'm really feeling like I should cover it up. Yeah. And again, I'm just going to use glue stick. Probably should cut those strings off so they lay flatter. Some people like the strings hanging out, some people don't. It doesn't usually bother me, but because I know that this is going to be, already have a little bit of bulk. There we go. So then on the outside it's sewn. On the inside, if I would have put that in beforehand, then that would be sewn too, but it's okay. And then I'm just gonna pull some paper to kind of like collage on these. I have the little collage bins behind me. So I'm gonna just add some of these pieces on here. I think that's okay. And again, I could have done this before even gluing and then sewing those fabric hinges on. Just trying to get it up underneath there a little bit. So there's that piece. Again, I didn't go all the way to the bottom. I think I decided I didn't like that purple glue stick. I don't know, it's just, I don't like that purple of that either. It's messy. I think that's what bothers me. I'm just pulling some pieces from behind me. Just shorten this off a little bit. Oops. Just so it fits on there. Yeah. Yeah, I just wasn't I think it was too goopy or something. And again, it could just be that it's the brand, I don't know. Okay, so we have two sides done. Let's see what else. I think I'll use this one, if I can get a hold of it. Maybe I'll put that back here on the back. Yeah. And then, oops, I just got glue all over there. All over the mat. Oh, here's like this dried wipe falling apart. I do not like them. I don't know how people use them. And I have a terrible thing with textures on my hand. There's certain paper towels that I would refuse to use because they just feel weird. Ugh. So then there's that side. And then we just have this side here. And I think I'm going to take half of what looks like these take like a postcard and put it down here in the bottom corner just to break that up a little bit. And then I will pull out some pieces. This could also be hinged into a journal or something. Oh, gross. Yes, I absolutely do not like them. Just gonna see what kind of little pieces I have here. You guys see in the tray a little bit. I think the front needs a focal, so let me go back here a little bit further, see if I can find something bigger. Kind of like that, because of the orange that's already on there. And I'm going to use art glitter glue for this. Just so it sticks really well. Yep. So just adding a little focal point to that. And then on the inside, I have like these bigger pieces. Don't really like that. What about one of these? I think I'm gonna make a video where I make these, where you stamp like on like book pages, dictionary pages. I think that, because I really like them, and you can get the Tim Holtz stamps where you can continue to make them, but yeah, I'm just thinking that I would like to make some of those. All right, we're going to go even, this is the biggest tray. Let's see, what's this right here? What kind of ephemera we have in here. Is that a flower? It is. Oh, I like that right there. Oops. Oh. I actually think I'm gonna let the left side pretty blank so it can be like writing space. Now that I think about this, all can be written on, but yeah, like down the side and then here on this side, yeah, I think that's what that, and then we need something for the back here. If I had thought this through, I could have put like a little pocket here. I don't know that I have a piece of ephemera that is heavy enough in here to make that. Like that has enough backing or sturdiness. That's not very sturdy. What's this here? Nope, not very sturdy. Well, I'm going to, I have some right here in front of me, so. Or even different than that, I have some of these little Tim Holtz things here. They're like the little journal cards. So see if I have one that's more up and down. What's that right there? It really covers up that other thing a little bit, but I'm okay with that. I think that's fine. And we could even probably put something like up here in the corner. Just a little something. It's a little too small. Just looking for like a little label or something. Just stamp, doesn't really match the theme. I just had some things fall to the floor. Oh, and more. I was thinking like one of these like little squares or something. But I don't like that. I want like a olive green, not that lime green. What's this one here? No, maybe it's not the green. Maybe it's more like a mustard that I need. Nope. Make sure it's still ticking. Yes, it is. I'm being indecisive. What about this one? Nope, I don't like it. I just don't like it. No. It's like the wrong color. Not sure what the right color is, but it's not what I've put on there so far. What about this one? Nope. I can be okay with that one. Maybe that one. We're going to just do it. Just going to stop it and glue it on. So I'm going to just glue down the edge here. That was a lot of glue right there. Drag it back up to make like a little pocket on here. All that glue seeping out because it was a lot. And I'm not touching that wipe. Okay. Ugh, I got one heck of a mess. Well, I hope this is a little bit different. Took some time to decorate a few. Just a little variety. And like I said, I just wasn't feeling the handmade paper thing. I was really putting off that. So then there's a little pocket there. This could be writing space, and that's the front of it. I'm not going to put anything in the top of it yet, but that could be something, and then it gets untied, then you kind of like a little secret journaling spot, and then you can tuck something in the back, or like I said, you can put it in a signature, and then you could tie something into each side. So then it would look like this, and then you would have like a tassel here and on the back. Then that kind of breaks up that you have 4 individual spots as well. So I hope I was in camera when I just did that. Yeah, so we have a top flip, a bottom flip, a tag with a hinge, 2 like regular page hinges, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 variety of some signature pages that we hinged together as well. So I hope you enjoyed this. EGHI would be next, and I'm almost certain that's index cards because I have a thing for index cards. Yep, it is. So I will be using a variety of index cards to make some ephemera with on the next video. The next alphabet ephemera series video, and the next video that should go up for me is Wednesday's Marguerite Miller challenge. So again, I hope you enjoyed that and you have a great day. Thanks. Bye.